Welcome to the Super Salty Podcast. My name is Neelesh, and with me is my co-host,
Max Wallace. Hey everybody, it's Max Wallace. Welcome to the Super Salty Podcast. We wanted to make sure you felt like you were sort of waiting in an upscale lounge here during our second attempt at the intro. I think that one went better. What do you think?
Definitely. They're nice and calm, and they're ready for us to shit talk Bethesda.
Yes, they're just wide open for the Bethesda shit talks. The shit talking mushrooms. We got them here. We're going to fry them up. Going to serve them on a digital platter. Lay it on me. Lay it on me. Tell me about this.
I'm going to lay it on you thick, fam. Bethesda, on, I think it was the Thursday, said, "Hey everyone, we hear you. We at Bethesda, we hear you. We hear the fans. And you want to play alone and with friends, and not alone in a server full with people that you're probably never going to bump into because the map's so large and only holds like 2 more people. You want to play with your friends. You want to play alone. You want to be like, bring back 2014 Fallout, fam. So for $100 or £100 a year, you too will be able to play single player. What's that? A yearly subscription? You don't do yearly subscriptions? That's okay, we got you covered. $13, £13 a month. How does that sound to you, Max?
That's unbelievably bad for a game that has proven time and time again to not be that great. This is coming from somebody who lives and works in the area that this game takes place a lot of the time. And I had this extra excitement to check it out, but it has dwindled. Seeing the bad press, the promises that weren't delivered with it. I wanted it to be good. Damn it! I work for local news here in West Virginia, and I literally went to this West Virginia tourism event where it was the game launch. And I have I have a mask from it, and everyone was like so excited, and there were like people on the couch playing it, and they're like, "Oh wait, where do you go? Like, what's this? This thing keeps killing me. I don't know." It's like at the launch party in West Virginia. That's what I was seeing. So charging that much per month, more than Hulu, more than Netflix, nearly as much as World of Warcraft for single. I've almost never heard of a subscription payment for a single player aspect of a game. That's pretty wild. Do you think that's pretty insane?
It's highly inappropriate
for single player.
It's highly inappropriate. But the reason they're doing it is because the entire game runs off of servers. Like it needs a server. Like, does it though? Like this is the first time I really thought about the tech behind it. I'm like, surely you can just update the game so that they can play it single player. It doesn't really make sense.
The assets and locations and maps should be on your hard drive.
So
it's like such a weird. I feel like they probably already had that.
I think
like before they released the game, and they're like, let's just put it behind a paywall.
Someone came into the office like, "Hey guys, look, everyone's not really liking these multiplayer things that we're doing. A lot of people just want to play single player and they want to play multiplayer with their friends, yeah? How about we make it so that the game owners, they can just spin up their local server, invite their friends with, that'd be good." And the business guy went in and came like, "The fuck you saying? An update without us getting paid? Fuck off." And that's what happened. Oh. And now, if you want to play single player, Fallout 76, £100 a year. 13.
That's more than Amazon Prime yearly if you don't have any discounts. Still more.
It's crap.
That's insane.
What are they doing? And then they announced this, and the day after, Outer Worlds came out, and Outer Worlds for you and me is on Xbox Game Pass for PC, which I was amazed.
You know what I think about Outer Worlds?
Please tell me.
20 gigabytes of 37 gigabytes of that game has been downloaded right now.
I'm glad.
That's what I think.
I have it downloaded, and I'm sorry, I haven't played it, but from what I see, beautiful. From the original makers of Fallout, beautiful. A space adventure game. The reviews been
snuck
good.
up on me. It really did. I feel like I didn't hear a lot about it on the come up, like before it was released. I really didn't hear about it.
I think they marketed it, everything at this show at the beginning, and then they didn't have new things to show. Well, they did. They did do like other trailers, but it's just, you know, other parts of the world and stuff. Like, it's not a mystery. Everyone sort of knows what it is. To get their marketing campaign going, it's very clearly like a competitor to Fallout.
Yeah.
And they said that to begin with, and that's more or less what everyone needs. I mean, I pay £3.99 a month for Xbox Game Pass PC, and I mean, the other day I was thinking, why am I doing this? I don't really get games that are worth it, but I get Outer Worlds. And I didn't know. I thought I had to buy it.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible too that it's in the Game Pass. Like, I don't know. You would think they would hold back these kind of titles, like behind a unavoidable paywall. Like, this game is sick. You're gonna pay for this. I haven't played it at all. Like I said earlier, I'm downloading it, but it seems. I love the timing of how it came out with the Fallout 76. It's like so unbelievably perfect. Similar thing happened with when Dota Auto Chess was picking up. League of Legends, Riot Games, kept real quiet and developed their own version of it. And like, I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure Teamfight Tactics is so much more popular and like kind of put together than the original starter of the trend, Dota Auto Chess. I could be totally wrong. And I honestly felt that way about straight up Dota and League of Legends too. I felt like League of Legends was more put together. I just liked it more.
I gotta say one thing about Outer Worlds. There's no aspect of multiplayer or co-op. It's a single player game through and through. So that's like, it doesn't have that.
I prefer that for that kind of game.
Exactly. Like, most people feel that way. Like Fallout 4.
I like multiplayer games where you get to really like you come across each other more often than not. It's not just chance encounters are okay, but I prefer like, Overwatch or something.
I mean,
or something else that supports Hong Kong.
I felt kind of like I wish I did more journalism stuff when we mentioned the Hong Kong stuff. Like, and I don't have notes for it now, but the more you look into it, the worse it gets. Like, the more oppressive it is. Like, they disallow so much in China, but they also allow stuff just for the sake of keeping people quiet. Being like, look, we let you have this one democracy-based thing, okay? Now shut up.
We know you have a list of demands, but here's one of the items after everything.
Aren't
good enough?
We kind and a loving government?
It's because the government let these protests go on so long, or more accurately, didn't see what people were wanting. Because of that like the demands has gotten higher. There's more problems that have come out during this thing.
Yeah, I think we've segued.
They would have just folded right away. It could have been.
We've segued to China already. We've segued to.
It's because of some stupidness. Said something.
The land of Winnie the Pooh. Think of all the things that abound there, man.
Support Hong Kong. Support Hong Kong. Give them all your money and support the troops.
I mean, yeah, sure. Outer Worlds.
That's how you solve the problem, right?
Is a video game that
I was just looking for lyrics. Yeah.
And
Outer Worlds.
I've seen reviews, and it says it's like there's so much personality in this game, and it's a game where you just know what to expect, and it might have like some surprises in terms of like fun content, but all in all, like, I'm pretty excited. Like, this is the thing that I will play leading to Death Stranding.
Yeah.
And then I will never touch it ever again.
You just got to go all out, all at once. If I've learned anything from filming high school football over the past few weeks, knowing nothing about it, American football that is, it's that sometimes it's good to go insane for 9 seconds and then be very boring and do fucking nothing for a minute. Sometimes that's good.
I have nothing to say.
That's what
I'm
I
just
wanna
very
say.
quietly trying to open my water bottle without making
nothing
squeaky
wrong with
noises.
that. Sometimes we have to take advantage of the negative space.
Yes. Xbox was trending in the United Kingdom, and I thought to myself, damn son, finally, the Xbox gamers, they must have had a win. I click it opens.
Mm-hmm.
Modern Warfare, no worky. Me mad. Day one? Why?
That's fucked up.
So yeah.
I've literally, you know what does work? And I've played this today and had a great time. Modern Warfare 2
Wow.
on Steam. It's great. It's so fucking fun still. And they can't make the new shit work, but their old stuff is the best ever. God, it's good, dude.
Apparently, new Modern Warfare is caca poo poo. I've written that in the notes. I've written Modern Warfare caca poo poo.
It's turds wieners?
It's turds wieners, my dude. And
oh man,
because they have for the trailers, it's all like, yeah, man, we got RTX, we have real darkness and reflectivity. But when you go to consoles where they don't have RTX, or computers that don't have RTX, apparently the online multiplayer where you play with night vision goggles and everything is dark is just chaos. It's just madness and camping. It's just camping and darkness and chaos. That doesn't sound like fun at all. I'd rather play Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
And not this reboot shenanigans.
And you know what else is good? I have this on PS4. Is the fucking remaster for the first Modern Warfare, just Call of Duty 4. It's so good.
That's my favorite.
They got it correct. It's such an awesome game. Like Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 to me are easily the best Call of Duty games in my opinion. Though I did kind of like Black Ops 3. The story was like, what the fuck? Like there's no following it. It's really surreal and like strange. But
you mean Blops 3? Yeah, man.
Blops 3. Also, it had one of the best zombies modes.
I
gotta like give it to that. That's like it's fun.
I think I missed
It's
the
good.
trick by not making COD zombie videos. Like, I could be Syndicate now, couldn't I?
Man, yeah, you could have fucking scammed children out of their CS:GO gambles, dude.
Or I could be a more handsome Vic star. Let's not lie. And I should have just.
And we'd be quoting Paul Rudd right now. You know, like look at us, You
Couple of guys.
look at us. What the fuck did I'm trying to remember what else he's like. Look at us. Who would have known we'd be here, right? Oh, not me or whatever. From fucking First Food Feast. It's been my favorite thing.
Why is that tiny exchange in Hot Ones?
It's beautiful.
A meme. Like, how?
I think it's Paul Rudd's delivery. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Look at us. Look at us.
Who would have known?
Not me. It's an awesome, great, excellent meme.
We get sidetracked so easily.
This is what this is about.
What were we
this
talking about?
Podcast is about.
What are you talking about?
Talking about
I have something to bring up.
Japan.
Do you remember Max?
Uh-huh.
Don't.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't going to say Tiananmen Square if that's what you were asking.
I thought you meant Logan Paul, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, no, I actually didn't think about that, no.
Today I tried to explain like why it's more or less like an unspoken rule that as YouTubers we acknowledge that Logan Paul did a bad thing, but we try not to talk about it so that it gives him space to like grow and move on, and we sort of understand that there's something that he needs to work on, like his grasp.
I don't think
his
people
grasp
felt
on
that
death.
way at all initially.
Okay, well, that's what I tend to see. But then my next door neighbours said, "You're wrong. We're always going to remind him." So they're like, we're always going to make.
I feel like I draw the line differently with that in different situations. It depends on the severity and if how relevant it is to their who they are. You know, how relevant is it to their YouTubing? And it kind of is for him.
I did watch a Jake Paul video.
He's got the young audience and shit. And
I watched a Jake Paul video recently where he pretends to buy Tanner a car, and they bring up how he did this with Logan Paul, and he bought Logan Paul a Lamborghini, and Logan was like, "You can't do this. You can't do this. oh my god, dude, this is, and they're sitting in the car, and he's like falling in love with it, and he's like, I can't believe that I'm so lucky to have a brother like you, man. This is insane. It's me and you together forever, man. And then he's like, I don't really buy his car, and Logan actually starts to cry. Like, he's so hurt by this prank that he's like, I think I'm gonna cry. And you could see it. You could see,
like, fuck. That's not entertaining.
You can see his face. I laughed.
Maybe it is. I haven't seen it. I'm like claiming that it's not entertaining. It sounds genuinely sad, is what I'm saying.
It is. And like, he did the same thing with Tanner, and it was pretty apparent that she knew. Like, she knew that this isn't real, but then she began to believe it was, and then he's like, nah. Yeah. And he's like, I knew it. Anyway,
that's
video games. I did want to say, like,
games.
Back in the day when I wanted to F around with, like, you recording gameplay for YouTube, which I did a bit. Like, I played Tribes Ascend and stuff. I remember
that. I remember a video where you played Tribes, and you had just gotten an 8-core processor, and it was kind of back when people didn't have those. And you had a monitor that was vertical.
I didn't play that way, but I could spin around the monitor, yeah. And
yeah, I'm just trying to remember things from this. This video was like fucking. It must have been like 6 or 7 years old, right? Like, it was a pretty long time ago.
I murdered in that one game. I absolutely slayed, and people were like, "Yo, Neelesh is the best at video games." Dude. Yeah, I
miss Tribes.
I was lucky. Tribes. Yeah, it turned to crap. Is what happened. It just sort of turned to crap.
Yeah, I stopped completely died out. Yeah,
and then like they did like. You buy things and you get better weapons, but they're not like better, but they were better. The fan base were like, this is shit.
Yeah.
But the process,
it's like suddenly the high level people have an unfair game to play.
The process of like having to record games using, like, what was it called? Fraps?
Yeah,
Fraps
I remember
Fraps. Fraps was garbage.
So here's the thing: Fraps quality was pretty okay.
Yeah.
The problem, they recorded completely. You had to record lossless, basically, and fill up your hard drive every single time you recorded.
Murder.
And it was hard to edit because the files were so big, and I wasn't a rich person with a nice computer, so that was the problem. It recorded high quality. It was just so huge. The file size was so huge. You were limited by your hard drive size, basically.
And then, like, if you wanted to record gameplay off a console,
and it wasn't free, you would have to crack it. It wasn't free.
You mean you'd have to buy it, Max?
Yeah.
If you wanted to record gameplay, you'd have to buy a Hopage, which was this piece of shit plastic garbage that would break after 2 months of you not touching the fucking thing. Like,
they were the first, like, slightly affordable capture cards for like gaming, basically.
I used them. I used one, yeah, and it was always a pain in the ass. Like, the setup was complicated. The recording, you'd have to use a computer to record, even though you have this giant hinge device that costs like a couple hundred.
The device, it was basically like if I remember correctly, it was like originally for I don't know, I can't remember. I want to say like the earlier ones are basically for like getting VHS
maybe
things to digital. Like, that's what it was first. But it's like, well, you can plug in a console. Okay.
Honestly, like, I used it. I thought it was useful. I put it in a drawer. 2 months later, I was like, I better use this again with different game came out. Plugged it in, dead. It was just not working. Like, those things just broke. They just broke.
They weren't cheap either. They were like $100, right, or something.
It's ridiculous. When they were new, they were like near a couple hundred. But
I forgot about that company. I'm gonna Google them right now and see where the fuck Hopage or however the fuck you say.
Well, they're trash.
They're still around.
So then, like, after that, you'd like look
Elgato kind of won that.
Yeah, but even the Elgato thing, it was a physical device that was external, and then you have to plug it into that, and then plug it into your computer, and it would pick up 30 FPS. And that was fine at the time, but it was better.
What Hopog did you have? Did you have the HD PVR? Everyone had those. I remember people had those.
It was like a rounded rectangle.
Yeah,
thing. Yeah, and then like last year, I got the one that you slot into your PCI, or into your computer.
Okay.
It's not the 4K one. It's the regular HD. I'm probably going to use it to record Death Stranding. I think I should do Death Stranding recordings when I edit them down.
I'm thinking about getting a new one. I have an old Elgato, but it does 1080p 60 frames per second. It's like not bad, but it's
Do you not have the one that's plugged into your computer?
I unplugged it a while ago.
Well,
I
I mean, you wouldn't be able to unplug
I just
it.
wanted to.
The one that I have is the Elgato HD60S.
I have the one right before that. I have the HD. I think it's just
No,
HD.
no.
Elgato Game Capture HD.
No, I have the HD60 Pro, which you put into your PCI motherboard. You slap
never mind. No,
Yeah,
mine's
yeah.
USB.
and it's £150. I swear it used to be a little bit cheaper, but like,
These hop hogs, by the way, are still like $140.
actually, fuck off with that shit. I cannot
HD
believe it.
PVR2 Gaming Edition Plus is $140.
Don't fuck with that shit. If you go into like a Radio
crazy.
Shack or a Maplins and you see capture cards that they sell, if they're not Elgato, don't touch them. Okay, other people do different things. Like, even when it comes to software, if you're not using OBS or Streamlabs OBS or Elgato software, just don't fuck with that shit. Okay, I was saying earlier, like, I've learnt the hard way that when it comes to like video production and YouTube, that you can't skimp out on stuff. That you just have to like take the cost of something on the chin. Like, this webcam when it was new was hella expensive. Like, this microphone is hella expensive. I skimped out on like the microphone stand, and I'm using a shock mount from a different microphone. But like, especially if you need to do gaming, like, you got the initial cost is so much.
Yeah,
you need to buy this capture card.
It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You can get into really easily.
And now I have
but it's fun.
I have a webcam ring light, Max. I have a ring light for my webcam.
You're pretty deep in there now.
I am too far. My monitor is 43 inches.
That's really big.
It's
like physically turn your head to see the other end of the monitor big.
Well, yeah, like,
I know that because I have a 27, and 27 is like about as big as I want to go.
Well, when I record this podcast, the webcam is in front of the screen. Like, I move it to that position to match your position. It like mirror image.
Whatever works.
And
we make it work.
Yeah, I'm not looking at you for most of the podcast. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
We have things to focus on. I don't know. I feel like as a person, because of my lack of confidence, I kind of can focus better when I'm like looking at some random shit that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I get you.
Completely devote my brain to my sentence structure. So
Just
do a little better.
Just so everyone knows, Max makes music sometimes, and we just spent like an hour and a half easily just playing the tracks over Discord and coming up with freestyle lyrics, and you'll never hear any of them because some of them.
No, that's some private shit.
Was so
that's private
bad.
friend times. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's I respect people who one day decide to put out a rap track for the first time. Like, everyone who is a rapper and uploads music had to do it for the first time, and that's like crazy to me. Like, you have to really like, this is. I'm not going to be good because it's my first time. People are going to hear it. That's embarrassing. Here we go. So like, that's amazing. That people are brave enough out there to be artists and put their stuff out, because that shit it's crazy. I can only do it with my close friend when I think he's not recording.
I'm usually
we did record some of them, but I think we deleted them.
Some of them.
Oh shit!
I definitely said the worst stuff. Okay. I was hitting on the H3 podcast. I was rapping about the H3 podcast with Trisha Paytas, and my lord, you will never hear it.
Oh my
but
God.
If anything,
there's nothing that can be weirder than the podcast itself, though.
If anything, I was just repeating things that Trisha Paytas said, and what happened. God. And we're not going to repeat it on this family-friendly podcast.
Oh no, that's so not our brand. You know, we're basically like a couple of soft dads on this podcast.
We're your two soft dads. Max, please tell me about Fistful of Frags.
So we were like talking about like what games will we played, because this is a video game podcast. Maybe we should talk about games. I've mostly been playing Rocket League because they have like a Stranger Things kind of thing going on there, and I love Rocket League and I love Stranger Things. That's not that exciting to talk about though. But I've been playing this game called Fistful of Frags. It's not a new game. I'm sure a lot of you who've played PC games have probably come across it. It's a free Source Engine Wild West era sort of multiplayer shooter on Steam, and it's great. It's so fun. It's different than other shooters because it has a fast-paced nature to it, but you have to be very deliberate. All of the guns have really limited ammo and don't reload quickly. And you have to basically like almost slow to a stop to be able to use the accuracy of the gun. The accuracy changes based on whether you're standing still or moving or crouched. So you have to be like really deliberate. You have to like, set up in the right spots and take cover and make sure you have enough time to reload. If you feel like someone's coming towards you, like, do I switch to another weapon or do I reload? So it appeals more to like making decisions on the fly and like being really deliberate and like making sure your aim's good. So you can't just, just randomly spam click and just aim really quickly. You have to kind of slow it down a little bit. And I've realized in playing this game, Fistful of Frags, that not a lot of games do that. Shooter games. They go for like either a fast-paced thing like Overwatch, where it's like go, 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 go. Or it's like the opposite, like PUBG, where it's like there's like almost nothing happening, so you're just like never on guard, and then someone comes out of nowhere and gets you. It's like middle ground. And it's great. It's like my favorite shooter right now. Fistful of Frags on Steam. It's free. Go check it out.
It's free?
You can play it, dude.
I did not know this.
Yeah,
but
dude.
I will be playing
free.
Outer Worlds. Maybe I could dabble.
It just finished downloading, so I officially have Outer Worlds on my fucking video game console called the personal computer.
You moron. I have news. I have a news story. Ghost Recon by Ubisoft is not selling. It's selling like crap. It's not selling well. There's a lot of games that are like big IPs that are not selling well, like Nintendo's take on mobile isn't doing well either because, well, consumers don't trust
Mario
it.
Kart World Tour or whatever the fuck it's called is really fun, actually.
It's
like really well made.
Hasn't it got microtransactions?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, like people have really turned off.
I was winning a bunch of matches though. It didn't feel unfair.
I thought you can't play 250cc without paying into a subscription service.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. That above 200 is a fucking joke anyway.
Oh, come on.
150 is where it's at. That's like Fox only final destination for me in Mario Kart is like 150cc. That's like, it gets hard there. 200 is fucking like novelty speed. It's too crazy.
Damn, son.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
opinions, okay?
Ubisoft
on Mario Kart
will not be having a good year because Ghost Recon, which was supposed to sell well, isn't. Even though they've got the guy who plays the Punisher in it, and it's quite a good-looking game. And I think the gameplay for it is pretty solid. It's just not selling. It's just not selling.
Let me corroborate this by saying I've never played a Ghost Recon game.
Me neither. I've seen it, and I've seen people play it, and I've seen people enjoy it. I'm just like, I think it plays a little bit like The Division, which I played. It plays a lot like The Division, it's the truth. And The Division didn't do well, Basically, Ubisoft just been taking loss after loss. The last interesting project they did was For Honor. They haven't made a Splinter Cell when they oughta. And Watch Dogs 3 hopefully helps, but I don't think a lot of people give a shit, is the truth.
Hey, isn't there a company, and speaking of gaming news, it might be Ubisoft, I forget. There's a... No, it's not. I think it's EA is coming to Steam, right? Aren't they putting their games on Steam?
I have no idea. I think
they are. I think they are. Like,
oh yeah,
you might have to still run Origin through it, but I think they're selling games on Steam. I think.
You're right. I see the article.
Yeah,
maybe it's because
that's interesting.
They need.
I imagine it's going to be like Ubisoft, where you can have like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood or whatever the fuck on your Steam, but it still will open Uplay like as an aside, kind of like the Far Cry games. I think still open Uplay on the side, even though it's primarily through Steam and it's where you bought it. It's where hours are logged. Which is annoying a little bit, but
that's a pretty interesting turn of events.
Yeah, I can't say Origin. I never even shop on there. Like Steam, like I'll open the store page when I'm
pretty sure
bored
I
and just
uninstalled
look.
Origin. No, I still got it.
I definitely still. There's always like one game. Let me open my Origin, just as a spur of the moment sort of case study. What the fuck do I have still on my Origins client? Don't update and use Origin in offline mode. That's right. Fuck you. I'm recording a podcast. I can't be updating Origin. Okay.
Do you know?
I gotta sign in now to my offline Origin. I love Origin so much, dude. It's so good.
You have to sign into Steam when you're offline as well. I'm sorry I outed you like that.
Oh, wait, I don't even know what you said. I'm just so fucking pissed.
Okay, while you do
Where's
that,
my Origin?
I have news on the podcast and how it does. It's the truth.
Yes. Yeah.
I looked at the YouTube analytics for Super Salty, and most people find us by searching Belle Delphine Spit.
Really?
That's how, most people find us through Belle Delphine Spit. That's how...
Dude, that's fucking beautiful.
I think that's fucking disgusting.
That is pretty insane that is attached to us in any way. And to answer the question of what do I still have installed on Origin, Apex Legends, I think. I don't really play it, but...
Fine, I'll do this too, but I'm not happy.
And I got Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2 on here as well, but they're not installed currently. But those are great games. But I mean, like, yeah, in terms of current stuff, nothing through the Origin client is really grabbing me right now.
Well,
I've been mostly Steam and PlayStation. I've been kind of neglecting my Switch too. I don't know. I need to get Untitled Goose Game on Switch.
Max, I can't remember my Origin sign-in, and I don't care enough, so I'm not going to do this. We
don't have to, dude.
We have hit all the topics for this episode of the Super Salty Podcast.
Yes.
Maybe it's a good idea. No, it's not a good idea, but I want everyone to know that I'm a little bit intoxicated. So, yeah.
Full disclosure. I am fucking so sober, dude. Fucking, I'm
sober
great.
October up
so
into
good.
this house, fam. Look, I went to my next door neighbours, and they're Irish, and they use a guest being over as an excuse or get little sips of whiskey. And I said no, and I came here and I started spitting mad rhymes to your sick jams. And I thought, you know what, I need to loosen up a little bit for these mad bars. And I had some Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Could you imagine if we just did a podcast where I just talk shit, like, for 45 minutes or up to an hour and you're just there. You're just there to just take it in or not take it in.
Hi, welcome to our new podcast, Along the Ride. I'm Max, and I'm going to be listening today. This is the last thing I'm going to say the whole time, and then you just start.
Have you ever thought about colours, man? Have you ever thought about how, like, we can see colours?
Dude, what if my blue is not the same as your blue?
Dude.
Have you ever thought about this? Isn't that amazing to think about?
What if my pink is your green?
Dude, do you know that psychology is the brain studying itself?
Do you know that psychology is for women?
Yes. You didn't say only for them, so I agree.
Well, I watched myself in the webcam say that, and I went through 7 different emotions of, like, fear and regret and denial in, like, under 0.2 seconds.
Yeah, food's for women. Just say things are for women that are for both, but don't say only, so technically it's true. But it sounds weird.
It's not true. I did psychology for a bit, and then I decided to be miserable and study hard things like maths.
I think maybe psychology would be a major in another life if I didn't get into YouTube and think I had to be a communications major to use a camera.
So basically what we're saying is that we could have done something more interesting with our lives.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
No one has done the most exciting possible thing that they could do.
I mean, now we just talk shit on a podcast.
Living that shitty life, you know?
You know? I mean, did I come up with this podcast idea because it was a good idea? Or did I just think, you know what? Once a week, I could waste Max's time and force him to listen to whatever useless information I have in a Google Docs.
Dude, you are playing the long con, and I am. You fucking got me.
If I, like, just one day, I'm just like, hey Max, no one listens to this, and I'm the only one who views it on YouTube. I have a script that just goes through all the videos.
Yeah, sorry. They're fabricated numbers. Yeah. It's not even a real website. You're actually opening an HTML file that I sent to you, and you opened, and you thought it was a real web address, and you're dumb. And I'm like, oh man,
you're dumb. You opened up a JPEG, idiot.
Yes, and I watched the videos inside of the JPEG, and really, there's no views. It's just a JPEG that says 357 views.
Awesome.
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe I was that smart to put a video inside a JPEG.
Dude, you have a British accent. Say, I can't believe you've done this.
Anything.
It goes well.
I can't believe you've done this.
There it is. Okay, that's good.
Honestly, before we start this podcast, we were
you know the reference, don't you? I
yes,
hope you do.
yes, of course I do.
Okay, good.
I have the meme channel too. Okay.
That's true.
Before we started this, we were just doing Australian accents and saying the most obscene things. That there's so many things I've recorded with this video recording software that you will never see.
Some party type Australian people are just so extra wild with things they say when they're like fucked up. I feel like, based on like what I've seen on YouTube and stuff, like the Australians when they go out and drink, they say the craziest shit, and so if you do the voice yourself, you don't feel as culpable for what you're saying because you're a crazy Australian guy.
Well, it's strange.
So it's fucking fine, mate. No, it's good, dude. Hell yeah, mate.
Because look,
sorry,
they say the C word in Scotland, and then it spread to Australia before it came to England.
Yeah.
And now America's just like, oh no, I can't believe they're saying it. Oh,
I can't believe they've done this.
You bastard. I'm gonna have to put this episode under explicit.
I'm just gonna need you to put this podcast down like old Yeller out in the backyard.
Jesus.
Just kidding, I'm proud of it.
If you can't tell, we have nothing left to say. We're just talking.
Oh, we're good at stretching that shit.
We're just no pressure, talking. If you're in the car and you're on your way to work and you've been listening to this, you've obviously contemplated just driving to a fucking wall by now.
Hey, idiot listener, did you know that there's like other podcasts? What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
Go listen to them.
God.
And with that,
why?
Goodbye.
Just ask yourself why this? Why this one? Yeah, I don't know. Just think about it, you know? It's a little weird that you're listening to this one, you know?